Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to QuickSaveTV. Today, we're gonna take a look on Heroes of Might and Magic 6. Specifically, we're gonna take a look a little bit on Conflux system within the game, like the system which not forces you, promotes you to stay online, let's say, right? And provides additional features. Also, we'll watch me play first level of the campaign, and we're going to talk a bit about that. Now let's start with Conflux system. So what a Conflux system is basically is that when you connect to the game, it asks you, do you want to connect online, right? And when you say yes I do, indeed want to connect online, that's what happens, right? This blob becomes blue instead of red, and you can go to my Dynasty page, which is essentially your profile, right? It's not Dynasty, it's just your profile. Let's refer to it as profile. Player profile. So you have player details, dynasty details, and favorite hero, right? As you play, these things will fill up, right? Let's keep this thing because it's not very important. Here you can see your dynasty heroes. On this page you can see your dynasty heroes. You can create new heroes from the scratch. You can select a faction out of 5 available in a game, such as Stronghold, Inferno, Sanctuary, Haven, and Necropolis. Heroes look very similar, however, you can still choose male or female. Right, the difference, as it says, it only defines look, and not by gigantic magnitude, so it's not really important. Then you can select the specific specialization for a hero, right? Spirit Walker, plus 40 mana. Handler, plus 1 core creature per week. Right? Depending on what you select, it's going to be your hero specialization. Hero can have only 1 specialization from what I see for now, and possible as you progress through the game you'll unlock different specializations, but it's not like necessarily the case. What's important is that you can select the reputation for your hero, right? Whether it's going to be tiers or blood, right? That's the new system introduced in the game, which defines if your hero is, how to say, cruel, right? Or if he's a paragon or a renegade, right? Blood represents renegade, tiers represent paragon, right? They also look different, we can see that, right? Each race can become, each hero of each race can become part of paragon or like part of blood or tiers, right? It's quite interesting, to be honest. We'll talk about it in more details, I think. Okay, now that's the Dynasty tab. Now let's go to Bestiary tab. In Bestiary tab, you're gonna have a gigantic list. Well, not really gigantic, it's just we have that much for Haven, the same for Sanctuary, the same for Necropolis, Inferno, Stronghold, a little bit more neutral creatures, and a little bit less bosses, right? It's almost the same. So, as you meet and encounter these monsters, fight with them, you're gonna add them to your compendium, right? My Dynasty Bestiary. What you will be able to do here essentially is to see their characteristics, attributes, and to see, as far as I think upgraded version, right? First you'll be able to zoom in and see the model in many details, right? Turn it around and just look as much as you want. Sort of like Wikipedia, or better example, Simopedia or Sporopedia, remember? Like in the games like Spore and Sims. Now if you go to Achievement tab, here's when the things get interesting. Achievements in the game, there are 176, which is, you know, it's not gigantic amount, but it's quite a lot. For each achievement, you get points, right? 50 Dynasty Seals, 500 Dynasty Seals, Treasure Hunter, like you get how are they called? Titles, which you can implement right there. No title. Right now I don't have a title since I just started the game. And this Dynasty Seals you're gonna spend on Altar of Wishes. In Altar of Wishes, depending on the rank of your dynasty, which is 5, which let's refer to it as levels, right? We have Iron rank, Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Platinum. As you progress through these levels, you will be able to unlock various things. Let's start with Iron, right? But you can unlock some traits, which some of them are really interesting, in my opinion, like this one, for example, Demographist 1. The production of core creatures in the hero's kingdom is increased by 3 per week. right? That means that since the first core creatures in Heroes of Might and Magic 6, I think in previous versions also, were considered creatures from level 1 to 4. For those who are not accustomed with the game, there are 7 levels of creatures. Now, we'll talk about it more in details as we reach to it. So core creatures, like, it would be, in a Heavens example, it would be spearmen, crossbowmen, sisters, and something I'm not sure, griffins, I suppose griffins, and +3 for each. Just think how much is that, and if it accumulates through the weeks, in the months, and then you meet the opponent finally, it's gonna be a gigantic plus. Or this one, Estates provides 200 gold per day. That's also very great. However, these two work very good together, right? Because if you have more creatures, you obviously will have to spend more gold on them. Master Artillery increases the damage of fortification towers by 10%. Okay, so another ones would be Dynasty Weapons. There's no Dynasty in Ireland. Dynasty Weapons in Ireland. That is Portraits. Portraits are probably heroes within the game, right? But portraits in what sense? Portraits for heroes or portraits for you right here? I'm not sure about it. Not sure about it. I have limited amount of portraits now. I really don't know. Well, I do suppose for here, or for you. I suppose for you at first, but now I don't know. No. It's enough talking about this thing. Let's just go into the game. So as we start the campaign, you will see a menu which is not similar with Heroes 5 in any sense, right? We have some kind of map which helps us orient a little, like in good old Heroes 3. We see that, so here we see the first mission, right? The Griffin Bane, Pleasant Valley, right? Pleasant Valley. We can select the difficulty, but we can select the difficulty from easy to through hard, right? But we can also customize the difficulty. In the meaning, we can select global setting, which is essentially this thing, but we also can select each part of the difficulty. AI difficulty, how difficult we want it to be, creatures growth, how fast the creature is going to increase in size. I suppose it applies to neutral creatures and to the enemy. I think to the enemy as well. Starting resources, how much resources you're going to have, and neutral armies, how weak or strong they're going to be. I'm just going to go ahead and put normal and just start the game. Right. We can also click on the hero portrait, which I suppose will be the same in each campaign. As we open the hero portrait, we can read some background story, the name, Duke Slava, his story, his appearance in the game, and let's just go ahead and play. So that's a tutorial campaign, right? There's going to be many things. As I played it already, I will not focus as much as the tutorial things. I will try to focus on the game systems and mechanics which changed compared to 5th, right? In general, what I've noticed is that Heroes of Might and Magic 6 looks like Heroes of Might and Magic 4 compared to 3, right? 6th is like this part of the story is compared to 5th, right? It can be easily compared to 5th. Similar interface design, solutions like in 4th are applied here as well. You'll see it in a moment. It's not necessarily a bad feature. However, it seems like the developers are being thrown like a bolt in a storm from side to side, not willing to realize which design and artistical pattern they want to select. That brings just a lot of confusion, I think, because each game essentially just goes away so much from what was happening before, right? And it's just hard to understand what they want to do at the end. And now I have a black screen for some reason. Okay, let me just check if the game crashing on me. Well, it does not. It does not. Should be working. Let's get back into the game. See if it loads. Well, that's unbelievably beautiful black screen you're watching right now. What can be the issue? Okay, we're just gonna stop the game. We're just gonna stop the game. It's fine, doesn't matter. Let's stop the game. Now we're gonna get back inside the game. Not a big deal. It checks for updates. Okay, now it offers me to play. Now, well, hell, do I want to play that? Okay, so that's the starting cinematics, Might and Magic. Before the game violently crashed on me, I were talking about the design features. What I said is, in my opinion, it seems like the developers cannot decide which artistical pattern they want to select, right? And each game, first, right? Beautiful game. I'm talking about Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Restoration of Erathia. Beautiful game. Just like the best solutions they applied during the previous parts were applied there. It was just so beautiful, wonderful design. Then we have Heroes 4, which is not ugly in the design field. However, many monsters, many creatures are reworked and absolutely nothing taken from 3, right? It's just absolutely different game, right? The heroes can participate in combat, which would be justified if they would bring balance in the game. But what would essentially happen is that strong heroes would survive the battle when all of their creatures would die, and they would just start fighting each other for half an hour because of them having a lot of healing potions, right? Then we have Heroes of Might and Magic 5, which brings again something of its own, takes part from third, inspired by third heavily inspired by third, but makes a lot of new stuff, and it's great, right? It's great. Again, they rely on the experience of the past that make new design. Here again, it seems that some monsters are inspired by monsters in fifth, but the rest are just so new, or even similar with King's Bounty, a game, not exactly a new game. It's just an example. Okay, let's talk about it, the game itself in detail. First of all, the dialogue system. In Heroes 5, we would have heroes chatting with each other, like we would see them physically. And however, it wouldn't be very well animated and everything. And now we see most of the times this is some kind of intermissions, right? When they talk, they discuss some things. We get to find out them like this. We don't see them talking physically. So once the dialogue is done, you can close, or you can replay from any part if you just skipped something, right? It's very comfortable because if you just need it to go to the toilet during the dialogue, you're not gonna lose any important information. Let's go. Okay, let's close it. Now, okay, now that Sultana left us here, we're gonna go ahead and fight with these wolves, right? You see the interface right here. Here's our hero, Duke Slava. First of all, look at the manner in which it's not very comfortable to show right now. Let's just go ahead and put in combat. Okay, so you now are able to select whether you want to attack or retreat from the creatures, which I don't like at all. So essentially what happens is that so I don't want to attack these wolves. I already know their numbers. Just retreat. What happens, that's what happens, right? No penalties, nothing, right? So at first you can scout how many of them there are. Several. Great. You even know and how many stacks they're split, right? Which would be impossible in 3 and 5. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and 5. In Heroes of Might and Magic 4, it would be possible, right? You would be able to see that. And now, when you move to them, you also see the exact numbers, which removes the randomness to the battle. Let's go ahead and fight. It makes the game easier, in my opinion. Now, that's the Battleground. Battleground looks a lot like Heroes of Might and Magic 5. You can't turn the map around as much, but you can zoom out more, right? But screw the map, it's not the most important thing. So, creatures we're fighting right now are wolves, right? We can attempt to attack them. and we're just gonna do that. We're gonna attack these ones because they're higher path. Okay, we killed 2 of them. Good. Now Sentinel's gonna make a turn. Sentinels have gigantic shield which can defend their allies, right? Which will be crossbowmen, because crossbowmen are not very good in close combat. We're just gonna go ahead and pull Sentinels right here, closer to crossbowmen. As long as Sentinel... now they're covered, you see? They have plus 50... they have 50% of the damage crossbowmen will receive will go to Sentinels, and only half of it will be received, which is blast, right? Now we just... the defense is still blocked to us, we're just gonna wait. What else to do? Like this. Okay. Wolves are getting lucky and attacking us. Important to note, luck doesn't work the same way it was working in the previous games. Luck is not so ultimate as before. It does not allow you to deal double damage or something gigantic like this. It just deals a little bit more damage, right? A little bit more damage. Now, we have a choose to attack between almost equally stacked wolves, right? We can kill both of them. But tactical decision, smart wise tactical decision would be to stay close to crossbowmen, not to break the line, because right now they have shield guard protected by nearby sentinel. If we leave right here to attack this pack of wolves, they're gonna lose this bonus and they're gonna be more vulnerable. In a fight like this, it won't be necessarily important. However, in the bigger fight, it will be really important. No animation, it's just beautiful. Okay, you see? They got attacked, and Sentinels received half of the damage for crossbowmen. Great. So, we didn't lose a soldier during this battle. Great. We got some experience. You're here again, 187. The interface right here really reminds Heroes of Mana Magic 4, right? We have creatures lost, creatures defeated, and all in circular things, right? Now, the amount of experience needed is 1000 for the next level, which is gigantic. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but okay, it's fine. Let's go ahead and there's an artifact. Okay, let's pick up the artifact. That's the artifact. Destiny. Plus for destiny. Now that we can open the character screen, let's go ahead and open the character screen. Yeah, so on the character screen you can see, at this point in time, you can see many pop-up windows. Okay, you can equip your character with a helmet, a weapon in the main hand, a chest piece, cloak, necklace, 3 pocket slots in which 4-leaf clover goes, a ring, shoes, boots, gauntlets, a shield, or perhaps a magical talisman, whatever it would be, and the shoulder pads, right, which is great. You can also again read the information about the hero. Now, this window is locked right now. It's dynasty bonuses. The third one is ability trees. Right now there's mostly locked again. Only might abilities and magical abilities are unlocked to us. Heroic abilities, why? I mean, might abilities are only unlocked to us. Everything else is locked. And moreover, we have only one part of it, right? We have only war cries available. So this is not like you would see in Heroes of Magic 3, 4, 5, or even 1 or 2, right? There is absolutely something new, which makes me quite a wee bit sad. However, we still have to see how it's gonna play out, right? I'm gonna talk about it later. Here we can also see on the hero's army screen, we can see reputation and reputation abilities. Reputation varies from neutral to blood or to tears, right? I don't know how it accumulates yet, but we're sure gonna talk about it. As you progress through reputation, you're gonna get different bonuses, different abilities. So we have on the neutral side, fervor. All friendly creatures benefit from 1 morale and plus 3 damage, plus 3% damage of might. And then we have martyr, divine justice, anathema, hour of judgment. Okay, this thing